Okay, today's video is about BGA rework. I have a Dell XPS 1530 laptop, which is an old laptop, but it's a friend of mine, so he wants to have it repaired. There's a little bit more sentimental value to it, sort of a thing, so I'm going to try and repair that for him. Now, it has been reballed previously, power on and no display. At the moment, I've got a baking oven there, or a toaster oven, I should say, and I'm actually I've actually baked the board and the new chip, which I've received from GOLDENCHIPSET, for almost 3 hours now. JDEC's recommendation is about 48 hours, putting it in a baking oven in the region of about 90 to 120 degrees Celsius. But hell, we don't have that sort of time. But at least I'm going to avoid any sort of a thermal shock to the PCB by putting it onto the Joe V8500 today, which I will be using. And also to sort of eliminate moisture. I mean, the main purpose of baking the board is to eliminate any excessive moisture on the PCB, as we all know that the boards are made out of processed fiberglass and so on and so forth. So let's pull the board out. Okay, I'm going to leave the chip in there for the moment. Here's the board. Okay. And it's hot, very hot. Okay, so let's try, and I'm going to leave that. There's a capacitor in there actually, I've covered that actually to make sure that I don't mess it up. Now what I'm going to do is, hang on, in fact you guys need to see whether if I'm telling you porcupines or not. I've got to put the RAM, I've got to put everything back on. Tell you what, just for the sake of it, I'm going to show you what's going on here. So I'm going to put it back together and then show you what it is that was happening with it. Okay, so let me grab all the CPU heatsink and the RAM, and quite obviously the power on button. Oh, why am I doing this? Okay, screwdriver. Let's put the CPU back in its place. Okie dokie, that's that. And what a crap magnetic holder I've got over there, actually. Absolutely crap. I'll put it back together just so that, to validate the fact that it's power on and no display. And how do I know it's the graphic chip? Well, I have an X-ray machine, which is my brain and my eyes. Well, funny enough, talking about X-ray machine, I was looking into buying one, and it was in excess of £15,000. The workflow isn't as high, otherwise maybe it's worth investing. That's £15,000 for a refurbished unit, not a brand new unit. Okay, so DIMM 2, DIMM 1, and let's put this in. Yes, it was this. If you can see that, pretty sure you can. There we go. Okay, let's get the display, and I hope I know where I've put the display. Yes, I do. I've got 1 hour before running out to doing something else very important. Okay, and I think that might just reach. Yes, it will. Thank you very much. Right, so RAM in, CPU in, LCDs connected, power supply. I need a power supply, guys, so I would like Dell power supply. Okay, and let's connect this. Whoops, sorry. The camera accidentally. I mean, I'm sorry to say this, but a lot of people whinges on the internet that BJ rework is crap and bullshit and this and that. Yes, it is crap and bullshit if you don't know what you're dealing with. And the golden chipset is not bullshit, because I've bought chip off them before. But the moment of truth will be today. The golden chipset will be exposed today, if they fail to sort of do anything about it. So there we go. Okay, the light is on, but no display. Okay, so I'm going to turn it off again. I don't think I've connected the fan, which is, oh, of course I did. Yeah, of course I did. Okay, so I'll reconnect the thingy, and you will see that the screen will activate, sort of, but there's no display. Well, it tries to activate, but no display. So let's sort of power it on, so that we've got a fan spin, and the screen tries to activate, but it doesn't. Let's redo that again. Let me sort of. Okay, so watch very carefully on the screen. There you go. Okay, so it tries to activate, but there's no display. So let's dismantle this thing. Unfortunately, it's been reworked by some moron. Damaged the connector sort of here, so I may need to replace this from a scrap board. Unfortunately, there's all sorts of adhesives around here. I don't know. I don't think this is in conjunction with the rework attempt. But if you won't be able to see this, but it's absolutely filled with deposits around this area, which I'm not really happy with. This is what I call cowboy job. A cowboy job. Okay, we'll leave that here. Okay, down because I've got to test once I've done the GPU replacement. I've got to test it. So what I'm doing is taking the heat sink off. Right, the key thing to remember is thermal shock. Why is it important? Does it matter? Do you have to preheat the board? Do you have to bake the board? Well, of course you do. There is a purpose for that. Now, as we all know, that PCBs are made out of multi-layers. And in between you've got copper traces running. There are some tracy sort of connection where it goes from the top to the bottom, so that connection is purely through a copper trace. Unfortunately, if there is too much heat exposed to the chip itself, what it will do is it may sort of rip out the copper trace by expansion. So if the PCB sort of expands too much via a thermal shock or whatever you want to call it, it will destroy the fucking PCB internally. So even if you replace it with a good working chip, the attempt has failed, because it's just failed. There's nothing you can do about that. So therefore, pre-baking the board is a crucial part of the rework attempt, which again, maybe a lot of people won't agree to it, but and it turns out to be rework being bullshit. Right, okay, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to prep this board. Okay, I need my reflective tape, which is here. That, I'll be using this to sort of cover the area around, so I'm not sort of hitting any, I want to avoid any sort of heat onto other stuff around the GPU, so I'm going to cover it with foil tape. I just pray to God I can do this as quickly as possible, because I need to go out and pick my kids from school. Okay, so I'll have to be as quick. Let's move on. The thing is, this foil won't stick properly due to the fact that some idiot has done a stupid rework attempt on this and failed, but at the same time never cleaned the surface of the BGA. Just wondering if there's any components. If not, I may sort of. Okay, that's fine. The thing is, you've got to remember, when you put these tapes around, you've got to leave enough space so that you can place a thermal couple on the edge. The thermal couple needs to be sort of virtually touching the chip on the edge, sort of a thing. So just so that you get an accurate and a good sort of a temperature reading. Okay. Righty-ho. What's next? I'm going to cover this shiny surface because we're using the dark infrared. You're okay with the hot air station, but if you're working with the dark infrared, this shiny surface will bounce off the penetration of the dark infrared heat. So ideally, what I would recommend is just ensure that you cover that area. I normally would put a piece of Captain tape over it and just put on black, use a black marker. Let me see if I can find my Captain tape, which I should, because I have absolute loads of them. These sort of things you can order in bulk, you know, absolutely fine. There's nothing wrong ordering these Captain tapes in bulk. Okay, so come, stay there. Okay. Now please don't ask me why I'm doing what I'm doing. I just do it for the sake of it. It's a black marker. Black tends to sort of absorb heat. I just do it for the sake of it. Right, hey, get up, you little moron. Fuck off. Right, so the area is prepped now. Now I've got to apply flux. Now before doing so, I would like to sort of go under the chip. So the only way, what I meant is when I apply the flux, I can go around the edges. It may go up to here, but it won't flow right in the centre. And the only way you can do that is to sort of heat up the bod and make sure that the flux is sort of gone underside of the piece, the BGA chip, and it's covered most of the area. I am knocking things around here, unfortunately, because purely due to the fact that I'm an idiot and I have a very limited desk space, so please bear with me. And this is a preheater manufactured by Metcal. Okay, and I'm going to turn it up to about 70. Okay, there we go, that's a better view. And the idea is to sort of apply flux and then preheat the board, or well, preheat the board just under the BGA chip and then reapply flux. If you guys are fortunate enough, I'm going to do a little magic today of removing solder from the PCB using this. Yeehaw! Yeah, drop everything, break everything. Piece of shit. Fucking piece of shit. Okay, so what's happening now is I'm going to have to turn the extractor fan on because I've been recently inhaling a lot of shit when I shouldn't be. As always, safety comes first, so you must sort of have an extractor fan and wear gloves so that you're not sort of literally touching thingy. So I've just put my extractor fan on and just wait for the okay, apply a bit more flux, tilt the board a little. Let it sit on it for a few more seconds. The whole idea is that because I'm preheating, the flux sort of activates in the region of about 90 degree plus. So the whole idea is that by preheating the board, once I've applied the flux is going to evenly spread out under the chip and hopefully covering all the solder balls before sort of transferring it over to the rework station. You won't be able to see, but if you look closely enough, that the the flux has disappeared from that corner, which effectively means that it's sort of going inside the under the BGA chip. And same on this side as well, so apply a bit more. Flux, cause of cancer. Fuck that. Yep. Right, okay, so that can get switched off. Now, rework attempt. Let me move this preheater away from this side of the bench. This can go back. Let's bring this camera a little bit forward. Move everything back. Oh, just one other thing. Just one other thing, guys. Hang on. Yes, I'm using some dodgy lighting here. Microscope light, just so that I can emit a little bit more light onto the area. Maybe I'll put it here so it's not sort of obstructing your views. The BGA chip, which I totally forgot about. Okay, so this is the new BGA chip. Now, as you can see, it's nice and green, pre-boiled. If you look at this, does that look to you green? Look. So that chip has been fucked with. This chip is a new chip. You can tell by the colour difference, so I don't believe the fact that these are refurbished chip, because there's no sign of it being sort of reworked on or reflowed or reboiled. But the truth will be sort of exposed once I've sort of replaced the BGA chip. Now this chip itself is old, but let me move this extractor fan back to its place, because it will be reworked at 10th time, so got an hour. So I've sorted it out. It's got to be quick, guys. Let's turn this fan off very quickly. I don't know if you can see that. It's come on, focus, focus, mouthful. Oh, I hate this camera. Right, so I've got to piss around with it now. Then, have I? Come on. Okay, and fuck the autofocus, motherfucker. Right, okay, so as you can see that the chip is a G86-730-A2. The date code starts here. It says I'm going to read backwards like this, or I can go this way. It says 1006A2. So it's the batch A2, week number 06, and 10 is 2010 revision. You didn't see that, I do apologise. So it's written on that top corner, just below DIA. So NVIDIA DIA, just below that it says 1006A2. So that's that. Now I'm going to switch over to sort of running the profile. So cancel that. Let's move on to the machine. Okay, I would like you to have a better view of what I'm doing, but let me see if I can get a stool here or put it on top of this. No, it won't do that, so let me get my stool here. Okay, and see if I can get you a better view than that. But not sort of show myself. Fuck that. This light is just way too sort of it's emitting way too much light actually, which I don't want to do that. Let me see if I can get it out. Okay, that maybe this is better. I think so, I hope so. Right, okay, so let's quickly go into the microscope view, and I need to set that up because I haven't done that. But before doing so, let's sort of turn the profile on. So BenQ, probably need to add a scene onto that actually, so let's go on to that, and okay, edit the scene, let's move it across here, and I probably need to end up shifting that in the corner, and I need to add another scene, which is the Logitech. Edit the scene. Come on. Something like that. Okay, I guess this might do it. Something like this. Okay. Now, Celeron profile, I'm going to go with the 235 degree because I don't. Hopefully the solder balls are sort of leaded solder balls, so the melting point would be 183 up to 195, something like that. But the actual on pen and paper is 183. Sort of a thing. So that's that. Okay, so I've got a laser pointer pointing towards on the surface of the chip itself. Now once I've lined this up, I will then set up the camera, or microscope I should say. So as you can see that there is a thing there. Okay. See if the visibility is clear on this. I don't know if it is, and in fact I might try to sort of move the open broadcaster onto. Would he let me do that? Just exit the. Oh, for fuck's sake, no, I can't do it. Alright, okay. It's doing a screen capture, so that'll make cock and balls. Is that clear? I'm not sure. I think that's as clear as we're going to get, unfortunately. Unfortunately. Okay, and then I need to put this underneath the thing so I don't bloody destroy my little web camera. Right, okay, so now I'm going to place the thermal couple. I've got to hurry up because, as I said, I'm running short of time. I'll be running short of time. Thermal couples have been placed. Okay, and then I'm going to move the upper heater. Oops. Okay, and take this around. Everything's moving around. I'm so sorry, but I am so sorry, but there's nothing I can do. There's friggin' 3 cameras running simultaneously, and I'm short of space. And I wonder who this is calling. No answer, because I'm a bit busy. I want to stay focused on this. This is a yellow tape. It's a 3M yellow tape. Basically, it's a high temperature tape, and the whole idea is that I'm going to put it around the edge of the PCB support, just so that and onto the motherboard, just so that it doesn't sort of move while I'm sort of trying to lift the chip and or nudge the chip or whatever. So that's the whole sole purpose of that, actually. Just sort of make the jig a little bit, well, this PCB holder a little bit stable. Okay, and I think we are good to go. Okay, guys. And there's no capacitors or anything on the way, is it? No, I don't think so. Just want to cross-reference that. I'm not sort of. Right, I'm going to move the upper heater to position 5. Clean my hands because I've got flux on with IPA. Move the microphone nearer, and I hope it doesn't stop recording. In fact, no. I'm going to leave it where it is because I think I might have a dodgy sort of a connection. A USB connection sort of a thing, so no, I'm going to leave that as it is, where it is. not going to bother with it. Let's just tidy up my desk. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit the profile, run profile. Let's get the mouse back in here. You know something, I fucking hate this. It happens. Start the profile and hit OK. I'll turn the extractor fan on to a low setting. So we can get you a better view of what's actually happening. Okay, and I'm going to leave it alone for a couple of minutes. I'll be right back. So stay tuned, fellas. I'll be right back. Let it do what it's doing. Right, okay, so let it build its temperature. I'm going to move back on here and prepare the BGA chip. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring this back up here again, turn it on, and I want to apply a bit of flux all over this chip. So I'm actually using the thingy, so I'll probably end up using this. It up and let the chip temperature build up. You've not even seen this, are you? Okay, there we go, thank you. Sorry. Hope this is not too much of a light exposure. It may have moved. What we're on now, 180. Right, it might have, if it's leaded solder, you might even move. So let me turn the pump on, just be on guard. Because if it's leaded solder and if it's been reballed, then it should, the chip should move. Of course it is. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to move my upper heater, stop the profile, turn the suction on and lift the chip. Just drop it here, and I'm going to remove the thermal couple. Okay, but I'm going to bring back the upper heater and run the profile again, because I'd like to show you something to you guys. Okay, so the whole idea is that I'm going to apply a bit of flux and do a magic trick. Okay, so plenty of flux have been applied, and here's the magic trick, guys. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, what you are seeing is not a fantasizing. And I'll stop the profile again, get it sort of going. A thermal couple. Oh, little solder ball. And that's nice and clean. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Voila, that was the magic I was going to show you. So I'm not going to use copper braid on that. There's absolutely no need for that. Okay, so while the body's hot, I am going to apply a bit of flux on under the BGA chip. Usually I'd let the ball cool down a bit, and then sort of what I'm doing here is just covering the entire surface of the bottom of the BGA chip, and covering all the solder balls with flux. Yes, I'm using a lot of flux this time around, just so that I don't want to take the PCB and start sort of from the machine, because I'm running out of time. Now, before doing so, I should have applied a bit of a Captain tape over the silver pad of the chip, and I hope I've got a piece lying around. No, I don't, so I'm going to have to chop a piece off. Come on, mofo. Fucking shit. Apply that on that, here, like that. Just about, make sure. Fucking tape. This is what I call bullshit tape. Leave that there for a minute. Tape, gloves I meant. Shitty gloves. Shitty fucking gloves. Let's find another pair. Come on. Okay, just make sure that the surface of the chip, the PCB, is clean. Give it a quick inspection of any missing pads. No? Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to move that solder ball. Look, my fucking bin. I have blocked my bin. I don't like to do so. Bear with me, fellas. Just put this oven back where it belongs, so that I can run around and do more things. So, just please bear with me. We're almost there. Oops, and I've dropped my thermometer. Right, okay. Woohoo! Thank God for that. Okay. Let's move this away. Let's move this preheater away. Yep. Just cock and balls. This camera back here. Lift. And unfortunately you will be able to just see what you can see actually. There's nothing more I can show you unfortunately, so please forgive me. Okay. I know the light is on the way, so let's sort of move that to a side. Pull this a little bit forward. And I'm hoping that you can get a little bit more better view. Okay, that's the faulty chip. I'll leave that. I'll clean that after. What I would like to do is just clean that with IPA and a toothbrush, just so that the surface is clean. Off. Okay, so I'm quite satisfied with that. I'll probably use this foam just to try and take out any and here goes the fan for this Jovi, which is a bit of an annoying thing. It can be annoying, I should say. So I've got two fans running. I'm going to put up the gain up for the microphone, just so that you can hear me from distance, because I don't have a wireless microphone. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to place the, oops, nearly dropped it, the new chip, or the so-called new chip. If this chip gets busted, sorry, I mean if this BGA chip is a bullshit chip, then Golden Chipset, I will stop fucking buying any more chip from yourselves, because it's an embarrassment to all my viewers that the myth of a person whom I like, I don't want to say, who reckons that all BGA chipsets supplied from yourselves are bullshit. So first thing first is you've got to line the chip to its correct orientation. So let me just sort of find out where the small pointer is. Okay, so you've got a mark there and the pointer of the chip is here. So you line it up in the box. Probably not use my hand because of the tacky. Gloves are quite sticky, so I might move the chip, so I just want to make sure it's lined up properly. Oh, 2 o'clock, so I'm battling with time, and I believe it is nicely laid down, aligned, I should say, correct word, aligned. I want to sort of okay, so that's one thermocouple in position correctly. Okay, I think, yeah, I'm fucking with the chip. Motherfucker. Piece of shit. Yeah, when I see the white lines. The good thing about these laptop boards is that you do have a box, or around the BGA area, a white line sort of a thing. You'll know what I mean once you sort of thinking. Right, okay, now, so we're happy with it. I'm going to move, the thermocouples are placed quite, well, it was until I messed it up. And that's not moving, so I'm going to bring back the upper heater to level 5 again, the Mark 5 on the Jovi rework station. Put more light to it, and then run profile, back in there, start profile, and here we go. Right, so again it's a waiting game. Let us build it up to the temp. Let the reflow do its job. Well, Jovi do its work. I mean, reflow is just the actual. Oh, fuck that! I've been having insomnia, guys. Please forgive me. I've not been sleeping pretty well, so my mind is just all over the place, unfortunately. I'm during my learning curve, and I'm still learning, don't get me wrong, I'm no expert, I'm still learning. Every day new job coming in, new problems arises, and you're learning every day. So but through my initial stage I was under a lot of stress, because there was nobody to help me. I was all by myself, to try and figure out where the problems lies, and how to tackle issues. And I've said on my previous videos, the best way to learn it is to do it yourself, and what works for you best. There's no perfect sort of perfect this, perfect that. There's nothing like that. You do things what suits you best. Right, let me see if I can change the camera angle for the okay, let's see if you guys can get a better view. Let's raise this up. No, that's too far high. Okay. Let's get closer. And unfortunately, due to the high amount of light being emitted onto the PCB and the GPU area, you're going to struggle to see what it is that's exactly happening. Come on, shut the fuck up, fan. I would like to see the chip dropping. You won't be able to see it on this, and I do not want to move the camera, because otherwise I'll be out of focus. And what temperature are we on? 145. So remove this. Yep, focus there. And you can barely see anything because of this fucking thingy on the way. You can just about see now. Let me see if I can lower the chair a little bit. That's better. That is better, mate. Right, so we're on 207 degrees Celsius on one thermocouple and 191, so one hasn't been placed properly. Now I'm going to keep an eye out for any I can see the chip being shiny, or the chipset sort of dropping. And this will be the nudge test. Okay, and I'm going to switch off the profile very quickly. Move the upper heater. And I think we're good to go. Yes, the chip has dropped and the nudge test was successful. Now the thing to remember, I have already mentioned this on my previous video, guys. Please, in the name of God, when you're actually reworking, don't blame it on the chip, don't blame it on the motherboard. It's the user that controls the outcome of the full rework attempt. Now, the reason why I didn't leave the upper heater for so long on top of the BGA chip is purely because of the fact that you can actually damage the chip. You'll hear a crack. If I left that upper heater for so long on top of this PCB and the BGA chip, the new BGA chip I should say, you'll hear a crack or a pop noise, and as soon as you hear that small, very small crack or pop noise, you've had it. You've destroyed the chip. It's gone. That's it. Kaput. So this is a key and a very key aspect to this whole rework attempt, is to ensure that you do not leave the upper heater for 20 seconds, 30 seconds, 60 seconds, because that is fucking bullshit. Okay, roughly about 5 to 10 seconds, if 15 seconds. Okay, as soon as you nudge the chip and the chip is sort of sliding forward and back into its place, you want to move that upper heater as quickly as possible. And this is exactly what I did. Now you may wonder why I didn't turn the Jovi fan on to cool the PCB. Is I want the PCB to cool itself down. I do not want to introduce any sort of thermal shock, so I want the PCB to sort of cool itself down. So we'll just hang fire until it sort of cools down, while I grab a cup of tea. So you just hang around, enjoy watching the BGA chip, which I will show you here. There you go, fellas. See, I told you, I've not been sleeping well, so it's been driving me bonkers. Right, I'm going to move this LED because this is no longer required now. No longer required, my friend. And you can go off as well. I will take you off too. Now, since the temperature has gone down below 150, it's something I do is now I'll turn the fan on. And as you can hear that the noise level has increased due to the fact that the Jovi's fan just kicked in. Right, so we'll just hang fire. Oops, we'll just hang fire for that to sort of finish. Raise, okay. And I'll be back very shortly. You guys enjoy watching that. Yep, what this is a high silicon temperature, so high temperature silicon pad what I'm using, and I've done this many times before, removing the pad. The thing is, the reason why I use this is using copper braid, you're scraping onto the surface. You may have to go multiple times to sort of clear out all the solders from the surface of the pads on the PCB. So the risks are that because this unit have been reworked on several times, the solder pads may lift, and as a result of that I didn't want to take the risk. Therefore I decided that I'm going to use the second method of removing solders from the PCB. So yep, it's handmade. Okay, so now I'm going to move the I'm going to shut Jovi's. In fact, I'll leave the fan running just for a couple of minutes. I'm going to lift and move the board and bring it back into its place. So now, just sort of okay. I'm going to leave the board here for it to cool down. Soon enough, ladies and gentlemen, the moment of truth will be exposed. If golden chipset solder balls are bullshit, chip are bullshit or not. The background noise is the Jovi's fan. Now, what you want to do, another thing, is when you have aluminium foil tape around, just lift them off while the board is sort of warm, or because it doesn't leave any residue behind. If you don't do that, and when you sort of take these off while the PCB has gone completely cold, it's going to leave residues. So that's another tip to sort of remember. Okay, and again, clean the flux. I'm going to use a toothbrush. I can leave it, it's a no clean flux sort of thing, so it's no big deal, but I'm still going to sort of deal with that, and I can see a little bit of a problem here. I'll discuss it with you very shortly, but I'm going to have to inspect this area with my microscope before sort of turning the board on. Fucking motherfuckers. They've worked on the board, and the board is absolutely filthy. Absolute fucking filthy. The more I scrub, the more it comes off. Let me just see if I can sort of make it nice and clean again. Right, I'm going to have to move the microphone a little bit further back, and the camera. I need to see something actually under the microscope, because I may have removed a bit of soldering from one of these tiny components. So, oh fuck, shit, what the heck is that? Just bear with me. That's just dirt. Let me clean my hands. Come on, IPA. You fuck. Right, I need to check something, guys, so just bear with me. Oh, right, okay, no, that's alright, that's okay. That is okay, but hence I'm just going to sort of correct it. Just put the soldering station on, change the tape, put my chronicle tip back on. It's just an excess amount of solder that's added onto one of the components on the board, but I'll just correct it, actually, no big deal. Apply a bit of flux because that'll help a lot more. It's a tiny sort of an amount of solders, but still sort of correct my own mistake. Okay, that's done. This is what I've been doing yesterday. Entailing a lot of solder fume because of this fucking extractor fan not sort of being in the right place at the right time. Right, quick visual inspection around the area. Anything unusual will get a bit of an attention. Like here, let me grab some cocktail stick. Just clean some of this shit. I'm just scraping some of the shit that's been left over by the guys previously did a rework attempt. I think it's the flux. Just bear with me, fellas. Fucking motherfuckers. Pointless in me trying showing you what's been left on the board. Absolutely pointless. So this camera I've got here is just crap. So it's pointless even doing that. Try and use a bit of alcohol and cotton bud and see if I can sort of toothbrush would be better, a lot better. Sort of clean this area off because it looks horrible, absolutely horrible. Make it nice and clean again. I mean, look at the state of this. I mean, okay, fine. But that's not my flux, that's the leftover of my rework attempt. This piece of shit have been carrying out rework attempt somewhere, and I mean, I'll try my best to show you. Let me just see if I can get around sort of showing you. So the exposure setting on this camera sucks, which is why you can't see anything, unfortunately. So I'm going to clear that part. Sticky things, I don't know what it is. It looks like fibre, but it's very sticky and it's not coming off that easily. And I don't want to leave them on because I just don't want to. Condition of this board is just horrific when you look at it on a close-up sort of a view. Maybe I should get my ultrasonic toothbrush and kick the shit out of this, but no thank you, because that's an expensive brush. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, oops, don't tell me I've stopped recording. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I have cured gum disease by using Philips top-end Sonic Air toothbrush. according to my dentist. And in all honesty, this board belongs to my friend who is a dentist, who I'm about to see today. And hopefully, fingers crossed, I can give him some good news. Okay, so that can go back in its place. I'm just going to preheat the board to try and get rid of any excess alcohol being under the chip. So switch that on, bang it to about 70. What that'll do, that'll just evaporate any alcohol which may sit since I've been cleaning it, which may sit on the edge of the chip itself. I don't want it to cause any sort of problem, so fucking hell, mate. This board is just absolutely bullshit. Okay, so let's just sort of do that. Remove this Captain tape and start cleaning the other chip. Just the surface. Sorry, you can't see that. Now you can. It's just residue that's been left from the previous rework attempt. It's unfucking believable. I should stop swearing. It makes me angry, you know. I just get really frustrated when I see things like that. And here we have people whinging about this isn't working, that isn't working, rework's not working. Wipe the surface of the chip with a bit of a clean IPA. Okay, I've got about 20 minutes. Nice little clean on the surface of it. And just pray for the best. Is that a winner? Or not? Hopefully we'll find out in a very short while. Okay, that's fine. Switch it off. You can go back in your place. Thank you for all your help. Let's put CPU back on. Da, 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 da. What the fuck is this? Gold thermal paste. I bet this is conductive. I bet you $1 trillion this is fucking conductive shit. Well, it's alright if it's on a processor like this, but if it's on a BGA chip where there's a lot of surrounding components on the surface of the BGA chip, good luck with using conductive thermal paste. When I say conductive, I mean like metal particles inside, silver particles on mixed with the paste itself. So, right, okay. Next up would be a bit of a I'm doing just blowing it with compressed air. That's nothing interesting. Just to try and get rid of any tissues and things like that from the unit itself. Right, let's apply thermal paste. And I normally use this. So let me remind myself what uses the thermal paste. Can't remember what it was. Okay, so the GP, fantastic. So I don't have to use a copper shim. I was thinking of using a copper shim on this for the GP, but that's fantastic. So the only thing I need to replace is this then. So let's clean that shit out. For the the North Bridge or the GMCH or whatever it is, I can't remember now. Oh, so that's not going to come off this. This crap's not going to come off, which I have an alternative solution. I have everything, guys, don't you worry. I have absolutely everything, so I need to sort this out, and I'll be using a scraper. And hopefully I can get some results. Yes, that's happening. You can see it. Okay, I think that will be good enough because I've exposed the surface of the copper. Hurry up because I'm running out of time. Oops, put a piece of a thermal pad. Turn this fucking extractor fan off because I've had enough with this shit being on. I've turned the gain down on the microphone, otherwise it would be popping, cracking, distortions. It'll pick up everything in the room. Okay, it's done. I'm just clean my hands. Alright, goes in the bin. Okay, so I'll just leave the blob. I'm not going to spread it over now. Okay, let's put the heat sink back on. And where's my chair cushion falling off? Right, okay. Once the whole full process is sort of, once I've reassembled the unit, yeah, I will be running Furmark for about a couple of hours. I won't leave it for too long. Not the fact that it will destroy the chip, it's just the fact that it, you know, if it runs for at least an hour, I'm very happy to sort of give this BGA chip back to, oh sorry, the laptop back to my friend. Now the thing to remember is I will be applying edge bonding on the chip, not now but after, because of the time constraint. I will have to sort of skip that on this time round. I will sort of apply edge bonding, and the whole idea of applying the edge bonding is just so that the chip doesn't warp due to premature heat cycle. So if my friend doesn't have his units sort of brought back here, and too much dust gets built up in that fin, then what will happen is eventually the chip will start heating up, and as a result of that, the edge may sort of lift and the solder sort of may sort of lose its connection, sort of a thing. So to repair that, I will need to reflow the chip again, and just to sort of minimize that, I will literally sort of put the edge bonding back on. Okay, so fans on. Those are tightened. Those are tightened. North Bridge or whatever it is. That can sort of thingy. Okay, what else have we got here? Radio. Right, power button. Let's get the LCD connector. And ladies and gentlemen, the moment of truth has arrived. Is it a winner or not? We will soon find out. Let me turn my Metcal off. I don't want it to be on standby for unnecessary Lee. Okay, let's move all this because I do not want to fucking short the board. After all that, if the board becomes shorted, then fucking bullshit. Fucking bullshit. Yeah, I left something lying around and it touched the board and it just destroyed the board basically. It just shorted the board completely outright, so which is why I'm not sort of keen on leaving that. So right, okay guys, the moment of truth. Is Golden Chipset chips a bullshit or they are working chip? We'll find out. And has my rework attempt been successful or not? We will find out in a few seconds. Let me just clear up my room, bench I should say. Things where it should be. And I knocked the microphone, yes I do realise that. I did knock it, so that must have created a bit of a distortion, which I do sort of apologise. Okay guys, rightio, here we go. Oh fuck, I just take this fan. I just take this fan when it comes on, but hey, there's nothing you can do about that. Oh, hang on, to put a piece of paper underneath it. Please don't ask me why I do that, I just do it for the sake of it. I work with these pads, there might be a little metal components being a bit over sarcastic, but which may short my board. Right, fan spin. Okay, let's turn it on. No, fuck no. The board switches on and it switches off again. So what went wrong, guys? What have I done wrong here now? This can't be right. This can't be fucking right. Fucking bullshit. There you go, guys. Thank you very much. What it is the SMC, the system management controller, has some sort of conflict with the board, and the sort of, or it's got to remarry itself, if it makes sense. Because the SMC, or the Super I/O controller, I should say, on laptop boards, plays a huge role in terms of power failures, dead boards, and things like that. So this needs to sort of engage and remarry, if it makes sense. I was panicking then, thinking, right, okay, everything's gone according to plan. Why the friggin' hell is the board sort of switch on and switch off and switch on and switch off sort of a thing? Now you're probably wondering why I haven't got a USB port to sort of buy. Well, I do actually, because there was no BIOS battery attached to the board. It's sort of going through its initial Dell thingy, so let me enter the setup. But I'm going to let this post complete all by itself. So thumbs up to Golden Chipset, because I think Golden Chipset rocks. All the chips are sort of sold to be so far so good, guys, so be confident in buying what you're going to buy. Don't sort of, you know, be upset about things and, you know, F1 to continue. Right, okay, so I'm going to run F2, go on to the date, because I need to amend the date. We're not in what we're on now, Tuesday, fuck off. How do I change this now? Up, down, enter, down, modify, escape, left, right arrows, right, modify, up and down, okay. So, what we're on now, what day are we on? Please don't tell me I'm going to stop recording it. Click. I've done this. I was trying to do another. We're on Tuesday. Sorry, I do apologise. So we're on Tuesday, November the 8th, 2016, and then what time is it? 2:35. So it's not going to be 2:35. It's yeah, of course it's 12-hour thing. This just gone past it. 2:35. Right, okay, cheeky fuck. Come on. Okay, and remain, no exit, no bootable device found. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch it off, put the hard drive in. This is my test hard drive where all the softwares and programs are installed, and boot it back up again. I'm going to hook up my wireless mouse. Let me just sort of move this microphone a little bit so I can occupy my thingy, and I'll hook up a wireless mouse. Why is it hanging on? Oh, please don't tell me this is not compatible. It should be. It should be. Let me take this keyboard off because I don't think I'll need the keyboard now. Get rid of these metal bits. I fucking hate metal bits. That's the fan, sort of touching the paper. So don't panic. There's nothing wrong here. Absolutely nothing wrong. Hello. Nice food. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to sort of hang fire and wait till it's sort of it posts Windows, and I'm going to run Furmark for about, I said, 20 minutes or so, or whatever. Or 10 minutes. Yeah, about 10 minutes. I'm not going to. I'll leave it on while I'm going to have to stop the video recording after 10 minutes because I've got to go out for about an hour, and I don't expect to sort of leave the video running for an hour unless you guys want to hang around, which I don't have a problem with. Going back into the chipsets itself, I mean, that quite clearly, you can see this chip is all sort of brown and it's not nice and green, which obviously explains why the machine has failed. Now, yes, it is true that the chipsets are to be the fundamental reason why you have power on and no display with laptops these days. One of the particular reasons is that the die which fails, or the bump under the die, nobody can sort of clearly state what the root cause of the failure, whether if it's the die or the bump, but assuming that it's either the die or the bump, one or the other, that fails. And this has been rebuilt, which is absolutely bullshit. Looking at the batch and the date code, let me see if I can find that. Yes, same chip is G86-730-A2. The batch on this is, well, the date I should say is 2007, week 50, and A2. Okay, so right, okay, so what we're on now, let's have a look at the system temperature. So let's open up a GPU Z. No, I don't want to. Okay. Should be another temperature utility somewhere here, which I can't sort of spot, but there should be one. I'll put core temp on. So I've got a CPU temperature of it's idling in about 36, 35, 37. Should be hardware. Alright, okay. Okay, so it's still loading. Right, so the GPU temperature is set at 55 degrees Celsius. So that's what it's idling at. I'm sorry, no open broadcaster capture on this, so you're going to have to trust my judgment on that. There we go. Okay, and this is the chipset. Okay, and make sure that the driver is installed on the graphic chip. Yeah, I'm using a mechanical hard drive, which is why things are pretty slow. Okay. You know something, I'm sick and tired of this and there we go, NVIDIA driver installed. Okay, so you may have a defective chip where you know, as soon as you install the driver you get a blank screen straight away, sort of a thing, but unfortunately, you know, thankfully not on this occasion. I've seen it in the past, but it's one of those things. Right, where is Furmark? Let's find Furmark. Furmark, there it is. Come on, fella. Right, are we going to kick ass? Let's kick ass. Oh, Furmark requires OpenGL2 graphic controller setup fail. NVIDIA GeForce 6 and higher. Latest first drive. Oh, for God's sake! Right, okay. So I may need to install the driver actually. A new revision of the driver. Because otherwise I can't sort of do what I want to do. Suppose I can run a game instead. Will the game play on it? I don't know, let's find out. See, this is the shit thing about mechanical drives. I only use it for testing purposes, which is why it doesn't bother me. It's this fucking paper that's causing all this aggravation. Right, okay, so I'm going to have to put something underneath it just to raise the... Do I have the microphone? I do have a microphone and a speaker out, so... And what port is what? I'll have to figure that out from the... So the ones on the left and right is... Shit, I'm not gonna get done for fucking copyright breach now, am I? Just because I had this music on. I need to hook up a keyboard actually, and I can't do that because I've only got 2 USBs that have attached. I'm going to turn the volume down on this things. So come on. Okay, yeah, make as much noise as possible. Let me just turn the volume down, guys, so I'm not in sort of yeah, there you go. I've got to install the new driver on it, so in fact I'm going to do that anyway. Just leave the game on the background, it doesn't matter. Come on, you, stop pissing around. leave the speakers there for the moment. I don't know what else to sort of validate to you guys, just so that to prove the fact that the rework, the BGA chips is okay, and you know, happy days. I just don't know what else I can do to prove it to you guys. One supply might be bad, but it doesn't mean everybody's bad. But chips, everything is manufactured in China, Hong Kong, Taiwan, Malaysia. So the thing to remember is that if you can get anything, you're going to get it from them. That's it. And let me show you on Golden Website's chip thing. Just let me see. Did I get control of my mouse? No, I didn't. So let me hook up a dodgy mouse onto my main machine, so I can, while it sort of downloads and installs the driver, I can actually sort of okay, let me sort of go into screen capture, but before doing so, let's bring up my purchase list, which I did through the eBay. Where's purchase history? Yeah, okay, got it here. Where's the chip? Come on, where's the BGA chip? Right, and I'll bring it up on the screen capture as well. Where's the BGA? Oh, come on, guy, come on, Malfar. Okay. Right, so as you can see here, let me hide this. As you can see here, original, that was ordered on the 20th. I had it within 10 sort of 14 days, something like that. Original NVIDIA G86-730A2 chipset, blah blah blah. Okay, and 2010 revision. What they mean by this? Okay, so let's sort of no, I don't want my order details. Fuck no. Okay, this is the chip, which is true, what I've received. Okay, there you go, and that's the packaging. And as I said to you in my many videos before, that these guys are cracking, they know what they're doing. You know, just give it a try and you'll be absolutely happy with it. Now unfortunately guys, we're running out of time. What I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to stop the recording, but just mess about the gaming. See if I can start the game. Okay, so I am going to put the sound. Oh, come on. Come on, fuck off, fuck off. Fuck off. You know what I should have done effectively is hook up the fuck, no, I don't need the mouse, I need the keyboard to be connected. So I'm going to take the mouse off, put this speaker on, so I get done for copyright breach. Fucking bullshit. Because by the time the driver installs, come on, I did that. That was me. That was me, not the fucking thingy. I'm not having fun, am I? And I know for a second I'm going to pull this thing out. Oh, where is my USB splitter? Come here, you mouthful. Let's take everything out. Hook this in. No, this thing. You've got to be careful with this thing here. This ribbon thing. That's conductive. That it'll fucking blow your board off your balls. Basically, that is conductive. That. You've got to be very careful with this piece of shit. I need to sort of put something underneath it, actually, because I've had bad experiences in the past, guys. Just take my word for it. Take my fucking word for it. Take my word for it. Okay, so now let me sort of lower the volume further down. Oh, right, okay, the volume went up for some reason, right, okay. Going back into the game. How do I select? Alright. Fuck, nice. I don't think the keyboard's configured. See? Okay, MK, yeah, blah 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 blah. Fuck off now. Yep, I did that. I crashed it because just volume's too low. Come on. Right, ladies and gentlemen, because the NVIDIA driver needs updating, I can't run Furmark on it, but this is my Furmark test, running a fucking game on it. So you're just going to have to trust my judgment on it, guys. This is Furmark test. So leave that for a couple of minutes, and then I'll be sort of stopping the playback. Please don't tell me that the graphic chip is not good enough to handle the load of the game. Yeah, it is. This game requires a lot of GPU power, which is why it's sort of lagging. But I think we're going to stop here, guys. That's it. If the findings are different once I've run the Furmark, see, it's taking forever to download the driver. If the findings are different, I will be honest about it and I will leave a post. But this game requires quite a bit of graphic horsepower, and this chips certainly don't have it. So I think we've gone past nearly 1.5 hours. So I think I'm really tempted to run Furmark on it. It just stupid why the driver, I didn't update it earlier. But bearing in mind, how many drivers can you install in this? You know, it's a test drive, for God's sake. I don't have a game that sort of has low stress level on the GPU, unfortunately. See, the problem is I could have stayed here and done the full thing, but I've got to go and pick up my kids. And I'm tired. Unless I want to leave it running for a longer period of time, which I don't mind. I absolutely don't fucking mind. In fact, I might even do that. If you guys I've got spare time hanging around, then I'm pretty sure I can work around that. So what I'll do then is, in that case, I'm going to sort of leave it running. What GPU temperature do we have? 56 degrees Celsius. Let me see if I can get that for you guys. There we go. It's idling in at 56 degrees Celsius at the moment. Come on. Come on, motherfucker. Come on. See, there's no sort of a pause function on the recording, otherwise I could pause and come back to it, so you don't have to sort of see all the unnecessary installation and things like that. But yep, let's install the driver. Just hope that it supports it. I'll be back shortly. Right, what's going on here now? It's going through the driver installation. At the time. Yeah, you coming? Yeah, I've got my house is haunted. I have a squeaking door. Right, it looks like that I'm going to leave everything running, just so that I'm not cheating, and I would like to sort of, I may not get the opportunity to do a lengthy video like this, depending on my work schedule. So, as a result of that, I'm going to sort of complete, this video shoot's going to be longer than what I initially sort of planned. So as a result of that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to sort of let it run to this full thingy. Full thingy, I meant until I can run Furmark. Okay, so I'll let the installation continue, and I think I have someone at the door. Just bear with me. Right, okay. Coming in. Come in, mate. Everything alright?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just doing a video recording here at the moment. It's not going to capture you, but just let this run fully. Right, okay. Come on. Is this one? Is the fan noise annoying to you, or is it alright?
No, the fan noise, it doesn't really bother me, to be honest.
Okay. Basically, I had to reball the chip for you. Okay. There's so many times you can heat the BGA chip. Let me just put the microphone on mute. Sorry guys, I had to mute the microphone. A customer came in and I needed to sort of sort him out. So what I'm going to do is just so that I can run Furmark, I'm going to update the drive. I'm going to leave this running. Unfortunately, I've got to go and pick up my kids, so I'll be away from the desk for about 15 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever it is. So if you want to skip the video, you can do during your YouTube playback, and hopefully I'll speak to you when I get back then. Thank you very much. Right, I'm back, guys. Let's carry on with the rest of the testing phase on the Furmark. So the driver has now installed, and let me I may need to restart the laptop actually to sort of complete the installation process on that. Just check something. Okay, drivers. Yes, that's been done. I'm using a free driver download software, which is Slim Driver. Okay, not now. Let me just check the display. Yep. Okay. I'm going to restart the laptop. So just stay tuned for the moment or two. It's the bullshit of having a mechanical hard drive. I'm probably going to end up with installing an operating system on a solid state disk drive. BIOS revision A12. I'll check and see if there's a new revision, BIOS revision. If so, I'll probably update this before handing the laptop back to my mate. Yes, I know it's slow. Friggin' mechanical hard drive. That's the beauty of mechanical hard drive. So, go into desktop. No, my mate, you can go down. Close you. I'm just waiting for the rest of the operating system to load. So, bear with me, people. I'm going to launch the CPU ID HWM monitor for temperature a thing, so that can stay on here and I can see monitor the temperature. GPU's idling, fans off. GPU's idling about 60, 62, so the fan will kick in around about 65 degrees Celsius, unless otherwise I sort of run a stress test. Okay, and I believe everything's sort of has loaded. Yep. So now I'm going to try and, well, in fact it's still loading. The thing is going round and round. You know, this driver's got a mind of his own. Usually it's not as slow, but for some reason it's just fuck it. Okay, so I think we've done this. Let's run this on the administrator. Pray that it doesn't come up with an OpenGL issue. Come on, mofo. Okay, now what we'll do is we'll do a burn-in test. In fact, no, we'll do a benchmark for 15 minutes. That'll do just about the same thing as burn-in test. So let's see if we get an error. And the fan will kick in. Switch to full screen mode. Please try another resolution. Come on. Could not switch to full screen mode, right? Okay, I didn't fucking put it on a full screen mode, you bloody piece of crap, right? Okay, so let's try a bit lower. No, I know what's happening. We'll run a burn-in test on this. Okay, so that's on. Let me sort of hang on. Let me just find out what the resolution of the screen is. It should be. What the actual resolution of the screen. Oh, I'm getting so angry that I'll probably throw this fucking drive away. It's driving me mad, this. Yeah. Blah 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 blah. Let's find the resolution on this. Flipping it. That's a 1920 by 1200 resolution on this. What the fuck? It's a ultra sort of a ultra sharp screen. This actually. So realistically, the resolution's not even on, is it? 1920 by 10. No, it doesn't. So I'm gonna have to go with the 1366/768 resolution and just run a burn-in test for a little while and see what happens. And when you run a program like this, it fucking trashes the shit out of the GPU itself. So I'm gonna grab my timer, and I'm gonna leave it on for about half an hour because I haven't got time to sort of mess around with. So we're gonna leave that here for about half an hour, just so that I'm not cheating. Well, that sort of. Oh, the glare from the lights are just absolutely stupid. Okay, and I may sort of consider giving you a better view of what's going on here. Oh, fucking fan. Fuck off. Right, so I'm going to leave this running for about half an hour. So the mic will go off. If you need to skip and you don't want to see all this, just skip to the end of the video, and I'll give you my conclusion onto the entire repair. So the microphone will be switched off for now. Yes, the frame rates are crap because of the GPU itself. But hey, what do you do? You know, some of you might complain the fact that I've not put in a full screen because that's when the GPU gets ass kicked. I'm going to stop this and just sort of redo it. But in fact, let's just sort of let's just see what happens. Oh, it won't do it for some. Oh, come on, stop pissing around. Stop pissing around. Okay, so let's do a benchmark. I think that might be a shorter way around it because it's going to take too much time, guys. I'm sorry, but it may take way too much time. Let's see what happens on the 720p full screen benchmark. It's going to struggle because of the graphic card itself. It's going to struggle. Right, so that's on a full screen mode, and we're just going to leave it running for about another 25 minutes. Let's see if the graphic chip fails. If it fails, no more orders from Golden Chipset, and I will remove every single link what I've put up on my YouTube channel for Golden Chipset. So stay tuned, guys. Now, as I said, I'm going away now for half an hour. I'll be coming back and so forth. But in fact, I'm going to say, I'm all confused here now. Okay, so what I've done is I've put it on a benchmark for sort of, and the time is sort of scrolling along, as you can see. So it's not a sort of a stress test for 20 minutes, but it's, well, the same thing. It's just sort of kicking the shit out of the GPU at the moment. So once that finishes, I'll literally start the full screen stress test. It's pretty much the same thing. All it's doing is the benchmark will give you frame per second, how many frames you've had overall, and what the score is and things like that. So we're going to OK this and put it back to full screen and burn-in test. Go away. Alright, okay, so now we're on the Furmark stress test, GPU stress test. So I'll leave it running, and randomly I'll be back and have a chat with you guys. Come on. Nope, can't see that. There you go. Okay, so I'll leave it to that. all I'm doing here is just swapping the mouse. Probably going to sort of have a quick look at Golden Chipset's eBay. They do have a website, and in all honesty, just to sort of recap, I may not have mentioned this, I do not get paid or promoted or any sort of sponsorship from Golden Chipset. This is my honest opinion. I did buy a batch of chips from unknown sources, and they've been nothing else but an absolute crack, balls. So crap, which is why I don't buy them in a huge quantity. If somebody's got to wait 2 weeks for a laptop repair due to a GPU failure, well, tough shit, they're just going to have to. There's nothing I can do about it. If they're prepared not to wait, then the door's open, they can leave. I'm not interested. Yes, I would like to have fast turnaround, which is why I have a lot of stuff in my workshop. But GPU, no, they're expensive to a certain extent, and I'm not sort of stocking all variations of chip. In all honesty, I did in the past, and they're barely getting utilised now. They're inside this tub here. There's a handful of chip, and I don't want to move this, unfortunately. Yep. Should I? No, I'm not going to touch this, but yeah, as you can probably see, I'm not talking crap. There's chip there. New ones are packed inside, refurbished ones are here. So I've got a box full of chips, BGA chips. Now, I'm not going to switch the scene. Just going to leave it like that. I'll just carry on doing something else. Another repair on the side while this gets sort of sorted. So, I mean, it can't be perfect. You can't be perfect on doing the rework in relation to JDEC's recommendation. Like preheating the board, baking the board, and so on and so forth. But you can sort of basically maximize your own productivity by doing what I've just done today, and hopefully these sort of tips and these sort of advices can help everyone in the repair community. So far so good. Fail, chip, fail, artifacts, lines, shut down, do something so I can prove Golden Chipset sells crappy chip. You've got another 20 minutes to kick the shit out of this chip. So come on, make it fail. You're probably wondering why have I got a multimeter on the side. And the thing I was talking to you about, this piece of shit is conductive. Let me just sort of see. So if I touch it there and there, you can hear it beeping. There you go. So that's the reason why I put that piece of paper underneath it, just in case I touch anything on the underside of that sort of a ribbon, it'll short the fucking board to ground, or short whatever, blah blah blah. Fail, you fuck, fail. 15 minutes you have. That's all I can spare. I'm not going through leaving it on for 10 hours and whatever bullshit. That's not going to happen, that. So, fail. You've got 15 more minutes to do. Wow, the video length is near 3 hours. Interesting. I'm a big fan of musics. I thoroughly enjoy different soundtracks, pop music, R&B, whatever. You know, I'm a big fan of all type of music, to be quite honest with you. But shame that I can't play back anything on this clip, because otherwise I'll get a copyright strike on it. So I don't want to have my video removed. Going back onto a statement what I made, you know, before, I think there's a bit of a, you know, I didn't clear up actually about the fact that I won't get the opportunity. No, that's not right. That actually to do another rework. I use this machine on a regular basis. Yes, the workflow has reduced than before, but I can still utilize the machine. I mean, in all honesty, yesterday I've done a rebuild on an APU, play on a PlayStation 3 graphic chip stroke CPU, which is why it's called APU, and basically I've rebuilt it, I've put it back together, and this is what, when I had the doorbell ringing, this is where the chap actually, sort of a young kid, it was a very nice kid, came in and sort of took the console away. It's believed to be sort of dropped, but he doesn't know that whether if it's been dropped, because his brother was playing, younger brothers were playing. So again, this was the Jovi 8500 was used yesterday. The Jovi 8500 has been used today, and it will carry on. Now, in terms of buying rework system, as I said, if you're new into these sort of job, do not spend stupid amount of money, and please, for the sake of God, do not buy direct heat stencil. I did have a video before, but I've removed it for security reasons. I won't say why I've removed it. I did a short sort of a video on do not buy direct heat stencils, and the reason being for this is basically when you actually sort of solder a large BGA chip, the solder ball tends to sort of press against the stencil itself. So when you're trying to lift the stencil won't lift. So the only way you can lift the stencil is to put the make all the solder ball liquidous, and you're going to have to use a small plier to sort of, tweezers to sort of pull out the stencil from the place. Now by doing so, you can sort of have solder bridging, or you can ruin the entire solder ball, sort of a thing. If it's a smaller IC, then you're okay. But anything as big as an APU, or even as big as this GPU what I've replaced, unfortunately you're going to struggle with the direct heat stencil. So I would stick to the standard and the conventional jig, which is a Hunton HT-90 reballing jig, and 90 by 90 mil stencils, which is 9 cm by 9 cm square stencils. I think I'm going to sort of use them from now. Thank God that I didn't buy a full pack of 105 stencils off eBay from these suppliers, Golden Chipsets and CIC. I think they sell them. The reason why I switched to Golden Chipset from sorry, I'm just jumping onto one topic to another. The stencils I didn't buy, but you know, I just tried out the APU stencil, and I thought if this works right, I'll order the full lot. But thankfully it didn't, and therefore I didn't order the full pack. But going back onto the other subject, which I literally just forgot. Let me just get my head around, because what I was talking about, I can't sort of insomnia doesn't help this. So guys, anyone in the IT trade doing these sort of jobs on a regular basis, look after your health. I didn't do it, and now, you know, all sorts of health issues are trolling me. I am doing my best to sort of keep stress away and balance my work life and food. Drink plenty of water and keep on top of your vitamins, and you know, live happy and live long. So that's it. Right, okay. I think I've done a test for half an hour on Furmark. I'm quite happy with that. I believe that we won't have any sort of an issue with it. I'm going to sort of stop the test and basically sort of let me just sort of if I can stop the test first of all. Okay. Right, I'm going to stop the test now, which I have done, sorry, but I'm going to sort of go on YouTube and sort of leave the leave one of the film running sort of a thing. But yeah, as I said to you guys, BGA rework, it can be successful. It all comes down to your preparation and how you sort of do things. It is rabbit hole to hell to a certain degree. Power on no display, it's not always the case of GPU failure, but vast majority of the time it is a GPU related issue, unfortunately. So hopefully you've learned something, and if you've got any questions, just leave them on the comments below, and I'll do my very best to get back to you. Otherwise, I don't think I'm sort of forgetting to mention anything else. Yes, hopefully at some point I want to cut one of them. I want to cut one of these chip open and sort of see what's underneath the chip, what bumps look like. So I may do that at some point, and I think that's about it. So as I said before, thank you very much for watching. All the best, and leave a thumb up for me if you think that this has helped you in any way. I like this actually. This is quite nice. This is this debate thing. Right, so it's going to run on this now. I'm going to leave it on this for about good 5-6 hours. So that's all really. Have fun. Thank you very much, and see you again on my next video. And stay well, keep well, be safe, blah blah. Thank you.